All right, we're joined by Arkansas. We'll take an opening statement from Coach Van Horn. I have questions for the student athletes and then let them go, and then questions for Coach. Coach, ready when you are.
Yeah, what a well-pitched game by both teams. I mean, Phillips, he was throwing that sinker, and we were hitting into double plays. We set up some good innings, and then he did a great job of pitching his way out of it and kept it close. And then, obviously, they got a big swing, took the lead, and we got a big swing and took the lead, and just we had three big swings after a great base running move, 2 outs, we score. I think we scored all of our runs with 2 outs, and Davlin's single, we knew we needed another run. We just felt like we did, and left on left, and I just thought that Charles did a great job of staying over the pitch and slapping it the other way. But Zach was outstanding, Gackel's outstanding, and just a real pitcher's duel.
Questions for student athletes? Who's going, Hutch?
What was your perspective behind the plate with what Zach had going today?
I mean, he was really good. He had 4 pitches going and throw him any time, and I think when he's able to do that, it's really hard to hit, so it's awesome.
Have you seen that kind of emotion out of Zach this year?
It's fun to see, so.
And Zach, you gave up the home run, but then you locked back in. Kind of what was the key to getting back in? Because it was a very emotional inning, the inning before that, and then the error and then the home run. Just what was the key to bouncing back from that?
Yeah, just keep a level-headed and just try and keep the team in there and close and give them a chance to win, because our bats are going to get going and score a couple runs, so just keeping it close.
Zach, I believe on the strikeout of Fisher, you touched 99 on the TrackMan. I mean, have you ever thrown a pitch 99 miles an hour in a game setting like that?
I have not.
So different level of adrenaline today, safe to say? I mean, what was it like on the mound today emotionally?
Yeah, the crowd was pretty special, so I can say the adrenaline was pumping a little more than it usually is, but it's pretty cool to see up there at 99.
Yeah, Ryder, I guess, what's with it with you and kind of the moonshot home runs into the visitors' bullpen? I think you've done that 3 times now this year.
I don't know. I guess it's hitting over there and sneaking out barely. I mean, today it was hit at 84. It shouldn't have gone out, but it did, so it all counts the same, I'd say.
What does it mean to you just to contribute again from the cleanup spot?
I mean, it's the same thing. You think every guy wants to contribute, so I think it's not just me. It's every guy in the lineup, and it's a good feeling, but, got one more to go.
And then, Zach, for you, an emotional inning in the 6th there. What were you saying to Andrew when you were pointing at him coming off the mound?
Yeah, I was just competing, kind of blacked out, so I can't answer that for you. Don't remember.
Tom? You got the mic.
He handed it to me.
I guess for Ryder, Zach, you'll have a different viewpoint of tomorrow's game, but just how do you kind of keep it level-headed knowing that you still have one more game before you'll get to Omaha?
I think it's the same thing. I think every day you try to go out and win, so it doesn't matter if we're up 1 or down 1. I think we just go out and compete our best and try to win the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Touch. Back. Let the round. There you go.
Zach, was there anything you saw differently with Tennessee's bats this time around versus 3 weeks ago?
No, I mean, I'd say they're still the big hitting, scary Tennessee team they were 3 weeks ago, and it was better to go out there and get the results this time than what happened last time in a big game like this.
Zach, you had words for Fisher after both of his last 2 at-bats you had against him. What prompted that? Like, what kind of led to that outburst of emotion?
It's just a big game, and, I mean, like I said, I was just going out there competing and giving the team a chance to win, so it's just kind of blacked out.
What did it mean for you that they sent you back out in the 7th even after, that? Because you expended a lot of emotion there.
Yeah, I just kind of got back in the dugout and was waiting to see if they was going to get tossed or not. And then just kind of cooled down, and I'm pretty sure we won that inning. So I kind of got a longer rest time, so I was able to cool down.
Were you concerned that you might get tossed, or?
No, but I wasn't surprised if I was going to be.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Fellas, great job. See you tomorrow. Questions for Coach Van Horn? How'd you get us going?
Dave, what was kind of the thought process sending him back out in the 7th after all that emotion of at the end of the 6th?
Well, we didn't feel like he was done. We feel like he still had some left, and he showed us that he did. As a matter of fact, he could have gone back out in the 8th. I think everybody was at 95, and we were getting ready to go through their lineup again. And I guess we had to go through 7, 8, 9. Then we were back to the top, and then we thought let's get Gackle in there and get him rolling before we get to the top of that order, because we knew that would be tough.
Do you like seeing that kind of emotion from your starting pitcher?
Not really, not that much. I mean, I want them to stay under control so they can pitch longer. You know, you can only use so much adrenaline. It's going to end up backfiring on you after a while. But his stuff was tremendous, and, you know, he was just competing like he said. And, you know, I think probably the crowd got him going a little bit and all that was going on. And I like the fact that he could still throw the ball over the plate and spin it, throw it over the plate, and, you know, did a great job. He gave us 7 strong innings.
Before Helfrick hit the home run, it was a 4-pitch walk to Maxwell. Was there any consideration to giving Ryder a take there with Phillips' pitch count going up because he hit the first one?
No. We just felt like that, you know, the ball was flying to left today with the wind breeze and the wind blowing out, that just Ryder's been swinging the bat pretty good. Just give him an opportunity to swing. And I don't remember if he hit the first pitch or the second pitch or whatever, but we weren't going to give him the take sign.
For Zach, you know, you give him the number 33 coming into this season. I know you got one more game to get to the College World Series, but I mean, just can you put into perspective the pitching performance that he delivered for you guys tonight? And I guess was that kind of what you envisioned when you brought him here to Arkansas?
Yeah, I mean, he's really made a jump. He's gotten better. Our pitching coaches, Coach Hobbs, done a great job with them, and Zach's a super competitor, and he wanted to get better. And I mean, his outing last weekend was outstanding as well. So, you know, I feel like that he came here because he felt like he could get better. He wanted to pitch for Coach Hobbs, and you know, he's been everything we were hoping and more, honestly.
Yeah, in that 6th inning, after Zach had shown the emotion coming to the dugout, I think the umpiring crew walked up to you, and then Tony. What was the explanation that was given
Just
there?
that, both teams had a warning on them. That was about it. Yeah.
First outing against Liam Doyle, you guys probably treated him worse than anybody. What do you expect maybe from him tomorrow?
You know, kind of what you saw this past weekend. I mean, he'll do anything he can to help his team win. Pitched 2 different times, started, and then came in relief on Monday. He's going to compete hard, and, you know, we just got to do a good job. When we get a chance to hit one, we got to square it up, and he's hard to square up. So, you know, I told our guys to get some rest because we'll get their best shot tomorrow.
You know, sometimes when you have all those chances early in a game and the other team takes the lead, it doesn't go well. But in this case, you bounce back with 2. But, you know, I guess how big was that?
It was real big, you know, and, you know, we knew everybody in the stands was thinking the same thing. You know, we've left a lot of runners out there. We hit a double play with the base loaded. We hit a double play in the first inning. You know, it looks good when you see that they've got no hits and we've got, 6 or 7 at the time. And but we only had a 1-run lead, and that was because Cam Kozel made a great read and scored a run for us there. So, yeah, usually it comes back to bite you. Feel really fortunate that we scored enough runs and that our pitchers did the job they did.
Play with Kozel, was there a discussion before the game with, backup catcher for them or a scouting report, or is that just him making a play there?
No, I mean, we've talked about who was catching. You know, it's about what you do when you're practicing and you're working and you're getting your basically a slow type walking lead, and you finish on your right leg with your weight forward. You don't want to be too far down, so they pick you off. But if you see something, you're still in a position to break. And you know, he had his weight forward when the ball's in the hitting zone. He gave himself a chance, and ball kicked away, and he didn't hesitate. You know, even if he would have been out, I wouldn't have been upset with him if it had been bang bang, because he made a commitment to do it, and he did it. He did a great job.
Yeah, Gabe was game one starter back all the way back in February. I mean, what's it kind of like having back-to-back guys in a game like this who kind of have starter stuff for just a full 9 innings?
No, I mean, whenever you got pitchers like the two guys we threw today, you're confident you can keep teams down, even a great hitting team like Tennessee. So, they did it. So, but, I mean, to answer your question, it gives me a lot of confidence. I had no problem when Coach Hobbs and I were talking at the end of 7, and I didn't know exactly what his pitch count was. Root, he says, "What do you think?" And I just said, "What is that, 85, 90?" He said, 95. So let's get him. And because, Gabe's awesome. Let him have his turn.
Root's velo seems like it's ticked up the last few weeks. Is that something you've noticed as well?
On who?
Root.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times, guys, at this time of year fading a little bit. He seems to be getting maybe a little stronger, and he can reach back and get a little more when he needs it. He doesn't have to pitch at 96, but he can go to 96 a lot and go to 97, maybe a little more. You saw it. But I like the fact that he's throwing that changeup and that breaking ball for a strike, and it's been it keeps you off balance just enough.
And just want to confirm, you going with Wood tomorrow?
Yeah.
Any more questions for Coach? Coach, appreciate your time.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks.